Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today I have another Weight Watcher friendly recipe for you, and that is for turkey sausage and mushroom pasta casserole. Now, I love my pasta recipes. Pasta to me is just a great comfort food, and so I like finding and making recipes that are pasta and still actually fit in with what I'm doing on Weight Watchers, and this one definitely does. It is a delicious comfort food, but still healthy and still fits into those points. Let me get started and I will show you what you're gonna need to make this. First off, you're gonna need a jar of marinara sauce. Now you can make your own if you want, just be careful with the points. This one I actually figured into the recipe and it is 24 ounces. Next you're gonna need some sausage. I'm using this Turkey Polska kielbasa, and this is what I use to figure in the points. Now, the sausages from turkey to chicken, all that, they all vary quite a bit by brand too, so just be careful when you are picking one to make sure that the points work. Next up, you're gonna need a cup of part skim mozzarella cheese and 2 tablespoons Parmesan cheese. Now, I don't have my regular shredded Parmesan that I like to use, so I'm just using Kraft. Back here, you're gonna need 12 ounces of a wheat pasta. I'm using the Barilla because it had pretty good points, and that is what I factored into this recipe, but really any wheat pasta should work. Here I have a pound of washed and sliced mushrooms. I love mushrooms. You don't have to use a pound if you don't want to, but like I said, I love them, and so I use a whole lot. Here I've got 1 orange bell pepper chopped, and then that is 1 medium red onion chopped. For spices, I'm gonna use a little oregano and a little fresh ground pepper. I'm also gonna be using some minced garlic, and then you're gonna need a little bit of olive oil and some no-calorie cooking spray. So the first thing you wanna do is get yourself a large pot, and you wanna get some water going so that we can boil our noodles. And then over here, I've got a large pan, and I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of olive oil to it. In fact, I'm gonna measure it out to make sure I don't go over a teaspoon. So there's a teaspoon. We're going to heat this on medium-high heat. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my sausage. I've got my sausage all cut up, and I've just kind of cut it in fairly thin pieces like that. And so I'm gonna throw this in my pan. Along with my onions and the bell pepper. Now I'm gonna just kind of let this cook for a while and let those onions and peppers kind of soften a little bit, and then just kind of cook along with this sausage. And the sausage is already pre-cooked, so I don't need to cook it, but I do like to cook it with the veggies so that the veggies kind of absorb some of that flavor. And this sausage is pretty good. I get it at Aldi for anybody that wants to know. I've let this cook for just a few minutes, and I'm gonna add a little ground pepper to it. And you can just pepper that to your own personal taste. And then I'm gonna add some oregano. And this is not coming out very well, so I'm gonna open it. Probably about a teaspoon with what I've already got in there. Just gonna stir that up. And then I'm gonna add in my mushrooms. And I'm gonna just let this cook until those mushrooms start to soften. Those mushrooms are nice and softened. They've been cooking for probably about 5 minutes. And so now I'm gonna add a couple couple teaspoons of garlic in here. Mix that around and just let that cook for another minute. I've let that garlic cook for about a minute. Now I'm gonna add in my marinara sauce. Now I'm gonna add probably about a half cup of water to this jar. I'm gonna shake it up and get the rest of that sauce that's in there out. Plus that's just gonna add a little bit more liquid to this. I'm gonna stir this, and I'm gonna just kind of let it sit. I'm gonna turn down the heat to low, and I'm gonna just kind of let it simmer and do its thing while I am waiting on the pasta. And while this is simmering, I'm gonna also get my oven preheating to 350. My water is finally boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in my noodles, and then I'm gonna just cook these until they're al dente, probably about 8 minutes or so. Just kind of cook them according to what the package says. And while I'm waiting on my pasta, I'm gonna take a 13x9 casserole dish, and I'm gonna just spray it with the cooking spray. My pasta is cooked and drained, so I'm gonna add it into my sauce here. And I'm gonna just mix this together well. Now that I've got that all mixed together, I'm just gonna take it, pour it into my casserole dish, smooth that in there. And then I'm gonna take my mozzarella and I'm gonna just evenly spread this over the top. And then same with the parmesan, I'm just gonna evenly spread this over the top. Okay, now I'm gonna take this and bake it in the oven at 350 uncovered for 25 to 30 minutes, just until that cheese is nice and melted. I let this cook just about 25 minutes, and as you can see, the cheese is nice and melted, so I went ahead and pulled it. I will cut out what a portion is and show you that. Okay, and here is a serving. This makes 8 servings at just about, I'd say 1.5 cups each. And the smart points for the green plan is 10. It is also 10 for the blue plan, and then 6 for the purple. Now, I just love this recipe when I'm craving some pasta. It really hits the spot and doesn't take me way over my points. It's comfort food that's filling and just absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.